let's look at this one, question number 1. The only reason anyone will follow this question is because the person did not pay attention and say, what is this again? These are the questions you shouldn't ask. Okay, think about it this way. You get dollar at a lesser value. Argentinians pay with peso, you get dollar at a lesser value, right? With Kenya, you get dollar at a higher value. That means peso is stronger than shilling. Is that not? No need of wasting time. So we go for A and move on. Number 2. K is a digit in the decimal. K is a digit in the decimal 1.3K5. And 1.3K5 is less than 1.33. 1.3K5 is less than 1.33. So it's less than 1.33. Okay? It's less than 1.33. So, and 1.3K5 is less than 1.33. Now, the question is K and 1. The question above, the first question we answered is a little less challenging than this. Look at it. Argentina 0.93, Kenya 32.08. Of course, the value of peso is higher than the value of Kenya. Okay, but look at this one. This one is not totally straightforward. It's not straightforward. We're saying K is a digit in the decimal 1.3K5, and 1.3K5 is less than 1.33. We need to establish scenarios. What this can be. We need to list numbers that are less than 1.33. That is like 1.325. Okay? 1.325. Because 1.325 is less than 1.33. Is that? But 2 is greater than 1. Is that? Another scenario, we can also have 1.305, and now 1 is greater than 0. Is that? Yeah. So we already have two different answers. This is greater. So we go. The answer is D. We move on to the next question. I hope it's clear. This is the answer. You have forgotten? Hello?
What did you say?
You said you have forgotten the answer?
No, I'm saying that in the options you just have A, B, C, D. There are no numbers to it. So how did you know
This is what it is now. The options are the same.
That's the same thing that applies to it.
Yes, now this is data comparison. So I recently opened a site. They are changing this, putting it anyhow they like. No, this is how the exam is. In the exam it is written this way. Okay. In the exam you have the options, but this book repeating these options is a waste of space. Have you memorized it now? Can we move on? Is question number 2 very clear now? Now, solving question number 3. First, we look at question number 3 and ask ourselves, is this something we would like to do? Is this something? You see, this is a concept-based question. Once you can think of what the concept is about, once you think about what the concept is about, you are able to figure out what to answer. Okay, so it's a concept-based question. And let's see what this can be. the length of AB and the average arithmetic mean of the length of AC of AC and AD. AB is of course higher. So AB is of course higher. Do you know why?
Because it makes you half of a circle, which is 180.
You see.
I probably did not answer it first.
But you try. Okay, you try. So what you know, you go and add something and something and something. Yes, do you get? What you see that what you said is correct. Half of a circle is 180. But it's not it. So it's not so what you need is clarity. But you know something. But you need clarity. This is what is tested here. This line AB is called the diameter. All you need to know is the diameter is the longest distance that touches 2 points of a circle. In fact, the diameter passes through the center and is the longest distance. AC and AD are called chord. AC and AD are called what? Chord. A chord is any other line that touches 2 points on a circle but did not pass through the center. Now, why? If you know the concept very well, you know that A is greater. Why? Why is A is greater? Let's say that AB can be what? Let's say that AB is 5. Then AC cannot be up to 5. That is just it. It can be anything but not 5. Okay, let's even say that it's 4.99, but it cannot be up to 5. And let's say that AD is also 4.99, but because the most important thing is that it's not up to 5. What is average? The average of 4.99 plus 4.99 divided by 2 is just 4.99. It can never get to AB. So AB is greater than the average, no matter how you put it. But this is a concept-based question. We have already solved 3. And these 3 questions we solved now, you can finish them in 1 minute because they are all straightforward. We soon get to questions that are not straightforward. Okay, let's continue now. Number 4. Are you here with me? How about question number 3? Do you want me to check again? Okay, look at this. You know when you said that 180 degrees, I say yes, you didn't talk, that is not off point, but not what we needed here. The concept tested here is that of diameter. So the concept tested here is that of diameter. That AB is a diameter means AB is also the longest distance. AC and AD are called chord. They are lines that touches 2 points on a circle but did not pass through the center. So they are always less than the diameter. I said, okay, let's imagine that AC and AD are 4.99, but they can never be up to B, right? So 4.99 plus 4.99 divided by 2 is 4.99, right? You can also use any other thing, but the most important thing is that if you add 2 numbers that are less than 5, the average of 2 numbers that are less than 5 cannot be greater than 5, for instance. So A is greater. Now the next question. Number 4. 3 consecutive integers have a sum of minus 84. The list of the 3 integers and minus 28. These are simple questions if you ask me. Simple questions if you ask me. Oh, the class I hosted for MIM last night. No, it's not a class. It's not with MIM. It's not with MIM. Oh, it was a class I taught yesterday. I think I did a recording. I will try and send you the YouTube. the link. I mean, for question number 5. But for question number 4, what do you understand by consecutive integers? Consecutive integers have a sum of minus 84. Right? What are those consecutive integers? Do you know how to go about this?
84 divided by, oh, 84 divided by 3.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now, 84 divided by 3 will give you the middle of such of those numbers, right? So 84 divided by 3 is what?
28.
Is 28. You see that the middle of such number is minus, those numbers are minus 28. That's the middle. Okay, then minus 27. And the lowest of those number is minus 29. Right? So these are the numbers, minus 29, minus 28, minus 27. For the sake of maths and enjoying maths, I hope you are enjoying it small. Can you quickly add 29 plus 28 minus 27? Don't leave the minus. So we put the minus letter. 29 plus 28 plus 27. No, 29 plus 28 plus 27 will give us 84. If it did not give us 84, then that is not correct. 29 plus 28 plus 27. 84. So that is it. Now, what is the list of these 3 integers?
27.
That is what?
The list of the 3 integers is 27.
These are the things we need to correct. Because minus 27 is greater than minus 29. Are you there?
Yeah.
No, when you hear that someone failed GRE or did not get the score, it's not because the exam is hard, but it's just because of small things, right? The person needed just a little more effort. Because what is that little effort? Like just knowing clearly, right? There are things you have to know clearly. You don't need to know everything, but you need to know some certain things clearly, right? You need to know certain things clearly. You know them very, very, very well. You know that, this I know, right? I have to borrow something they taught us in philosophy, especially in the theory of knowledge of the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. It's called apodictic knowledge. Things you know, this apodictic knowledge. Things are proven. You know this. You know these things. You know it that this is true, and they form the basis of what you are doing. So you know this clear that minus 29 is greater than is less than minus 27. So quantity B is greater. Is that not? Yeah, so quantity B is greater. So we put B here. The next question is, in the xy plane, the equation of line K is 3x minus 2y equals 0. The x-intercept of line K and the y-intercept of line K. If you don't have time, look at what is x-intercept and y-intercept. First, understand what is going on without bothering yourself. If you have this, the s, let's just include the line. We draw a line. The x-intercept of this line is here. At that point, y is 0. The y-intercept is here. This is y-intercept, and this is s-intercept. At y-intercept, s is 0. Okay, so that's one thing that can solve this. But if you want to go a little pro, it will be very good to write this in the standard form. Y equals ms plus b. In y equals ms plus b, m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay. So let's put this. Let's put this. let's put this in this form. If you are putting this in this form, first we have 3s, okay, 3s minus 3s equals to y. So 3s equals to y. Now, if 3s equals to y, y equals 3 over 2s. You see that when s is 0, when s is 0, y is 0. When y is 0, s is 0. So two of them are equal. Because there is no intercept here. The intercept here is 0. S-intercept here is 0. Y-intercept here is 0. But that just needs understanding of what is going on. So the answer here is C. Both of them are equal. S-intercept occurs when y is 0. Y-intercept occurs when s is 0. But that is if you know this. Hello, ma? Okay. So when s is 0, we find y. When y is 0, we find s. Why I wrote it in this form of y equals ms plus b is what if they are asking you the slope? So that you don't study in a way. What if they change this and now ask you for the slope? Let's move to the next question. Question number 6. N is a positive integer that is divided by 6. The remainder when n is divided by 12. The remainder when n is divided by 18. This is also a very simple question. All you need to do is understand what remainder is. N is a positive integer that is divided by 6. N is a positive integer that is divided by 6. The remainder when n is divided by 12, and the remainder when n is divided by 18. First, there is a time when the remainder is the same. Hello? Yes. Yes, there is a time when the remainder is 0. There is a time when the remainder is 0. There is a time when the remainder is the same. The remainder when n is divided by 12. Just understand what is remainder. What if n is a positive integer? What if n is 3? The remainder when n is divided by 12 is 3. And the remainder when n is divided by 18 is 3. And in that case, both of them are equal. Is that not? All right. What if the remainder is 12? The remainder when 12 is divided by 12 is 0. The remainder when n is divided by 18 is 12. Right? You don't need to go too far. You have already gotten D. Sometimes this will be equal, but you need to understand what is the remainder. Let's recap. All right. Wow. Look at this. See, numbers. If you have these numbers, minus 3 from epsilon, that is counting from infinity. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Continue, epsilon down to infinity. These numbers with negative signs, these are integers. So we define this. These are integers. A set of numbers. An integer can be defined as saying, no, an integer is a set of numbers such as this, what we have written. Now, this one with negative are negative integers. From 0, 1, 2, 3 are called whole numbers. Whole numbers. It was the then mathematical philosopher Whitehead and his student Bertrand Russell that championed the idea of sets. And they call sets, they call 0. 0 is an empty set. Yeah, 0 means an empty set. Maybe 0 is the set of the number of people that have visited the sun. That set is an empty set, is 0. Okay. Then we talk about 1 is a set of 1. How many people? If it is how many people, how many items is 1? How many items 2? but this is called whole numbers. Whole numbers start from 0. Then we have positive integers. Positive integers start from 1, 2, 3. And something interesting. Positive integers are also called natural numbers. They are also called counting numbers. So here, the positive integers start from 1. The next thing is the remainder. Remainder. 2 divided by 5 is 0, remainder 2. But 5 divided by 2 is 2, remainder 1. So if n is less than both 12 and 18, any number less than both 12 and 18, divided by 12 and divided by 18 will give us the same remainder. Any other number, let's say 12, or let's say 13. 13 divided by 12, the remainder is 1. 13 divided by 18, the remainder is still 13. But for us that are answering or data comparison, the most important thing is, do we have when A is greater and then when B is greater? And the answer is yes. Then D is correct answer. Number 7. We're supposed to solve at least 8 questions before we close the session. 1 minus s over s minus 1 equals 1 over s. S and minus half. This question looks... this is a very interesting question, because what is s? What is minus? So what is s here? Maybe we can start by solving this. Okay, let's solve this. We are going to get... Let's start solving. We have enough space. S times 1 is s, minus s times s is s squared, equals s minus 1. I think from here we can form a quadratic equation. Let's avoid the negative by putting in 0 here and moving everything to the right. So s move becomes s squared. So this other one move. If this other one moves, it becomes what? If s minus s is 0, then we have minus 1. So this is s squared equals... This is s squared minus 1 equals 0. If you check the formula sheet, if you go back to the formula sheet and check on the algebra, you will see difference of 2 squares, which is their sum into their difference. Difference of 2 squares, their sum into their difference. So this is the classical difference of 2 squares, which we get their sums into their difference. So we are going to say s squared minus 1 equals 0. Their sum is s plus 1 into s minus 1 equals 0. So s equals 1 minus 1, or s equals 1. S equals minus 1 or s equals 1. Okay, but we need to check. There is something here. Ordinarily, we could have said that this is not, we'll have go for D, because if s is minus 1, minus 1 is less than minus half. But if s is 1, 1 is greater than minus half. But there is something peculiar about this question. We need to check these two values, whether they are correct. Sometimes the solution from a quadratic equation, one of the solutions might not be correct. A typical example is solving a geometry problem. Let's say finding the length of a garden that might later lead to quadratic equation. You get answers, but you know a length of a garden cannot be negative. Any answer that is negative, you discard it. In the same way, let's test these answers. When s is minus 1, we are going to have 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1. In fact, 1 minus 1 is 0, so this is undefined. So s cannot be 0. If s is 0, we have 1 minus 1, which is 0. Anything divided by 0 is undefined. So let's try minus 1. If we are trying minus 1, it's going to be 1 divided by minus 1 is already minus 1, so we know that. Now let us now check this other part, which is 1 minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 over minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So the first one will be 2 over minus 1 minus 1, 2 over minus 2. And 2 over minus 2, 2 over minus 2 is minus 1. 2 over minus 2 is minus 1. That's 2 over minus 2 is minus 1. So the correct answer is minus 1. The solution that satisfies the equation, the given equation, is minus 1. And because it's minus 1 is less than minus half, here b is greater. Okay, we move to the last question. So we just pick one question and solve one question, just one more question, and we close because of time. So let's look at this. The fabric needed to make tray curtains sell for $8 per yard and can be purchased only by the full yard. Wow. Okay, can be purchased only by the full yard. If the length of fabric required for each curtain is 1.6 yards and all the fabric is purchased as a single length, what is the total cost of the fabric that needs to be purchased for the tray curtains? Okay, so let me pause. So look at this. You cannot say you can't do this. If you cannot do this, it's not a very good thing, because this is something that you can actually go to the market and do market survey and purchase. So try this now. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes. Are you here with me? Yes, I am. Is 24. Can you explain?
They've already said that if the length of the fabric, so you're going to ignore the length of the fabric.
Okay.
Because all they are telling you is that fabric needed to make 3 curtains is 8 naira per yard and can be purchased only by full yard. So the length of the fabric is not significant. So you just know that you want to make 3 curtains, right? And one of cost $8 per yard. So the total cost, if you are making for 3 curtains, would be $8 per yard times the number of this thing that you need, which is for 3 curtains. I think I missed something. Let me see.
Okay. Check. The fabric needed to make tray curtains.
Yes, I will not ignore that. They say if the length of the fabric required for each curtain is 1.6, which means all of the fabric purchased is single length. I don't know, that's where the switch is now. So I think that each curtain is 1.6. That means that's like 1.5.
But what you will have just said, the fabric needed to make tray curtains, right? So each curtain is 1.6. So together it is 3 times 1.6. Then you kind of start from there. Is it not good to start from there? So for the tray curtains, it's 3 times 1.6. That is 4.8 yards. So you can start reasoning from there. So yeah. Yes. So that is okay. Only by the full yard. Okay? That is B. Just tell me how you arrive at B.
Okay, so we are saying now that we are recognizing what is needed for each cutting, which is 1.6, times that by 3 cutters,
Mm-hmm.
which was 1.8. So 4.8 is the total number of yards that we need, and we know that the yards can only be sold, so they cannot sell 4 points. They cannot give us like a quarter, that's the 0.8. So we must buy 5 yards
Okay.
of 4.8, which is the full length.
Okay.
So using that 4.8 times the number of what the cotton sells for is what we are trying to.
Okay.
Now the trick about it is, we can't even be 4.8. I just realized because we have to buy them at full year, so we have to buy 5 years. So 5 years times $8 is 40. So the answer is B, not B.
You see that you got this question, right? But you have changed it several times. If it's an exam, you will have selected the wrong answer since. These are the trap. But you finally realize you got the 4.8 times 8. Okay? No. Because we cannot buy 4.8. But we have to buy we have to buy the full one, which is 5 times 8. Simple. So is the reasoning. You have to reason to this point. 5 times 8, yes. So you have to buy 5 times 8 yards. So that will give us 40. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this session. I look forward to hearing from you, hearing that you have covered the formula sheet. But to solve 8 questions, solve the first 8 questions, you don't really need to know a lot. And I don't know why. Yes, I know that they have taken time, maybe because we are in a teaching session. It's not that you don't need this. It's when you read. One of the most important skill, or the most important skill you need to pass GRE or GMAT is the ability to read fast and understand exactly what the question is saying. Because here, almost everyone can do 5 times 8, but coming to the point and saying it's 5 times 8 that I'm going to do, that is the challenging part. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.